Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the podcast. This is your host, Tawny Yvette. And for the next few minutes, I'm going to be giving you some YouTube advice that you can use to upgrade your YouTube channel or to get started. So, without further ado, hey, let me just jump right in. Get your pencils, your pens, your notepads, or whatever you're taking notes with. Don't forget to bookmark this podcast in your RSS feed or your website or your email or whatever you're using. And let's just jump right in. So, I found an article that I thought was really cool, 4 ways to increase your YouTube watch time. And I thought, oh, this is neat, right? I read over it, I skimmed over it, and it did have 4 really key players in there, but that's not it. That's not all. The first one it had was structure playlist to drive a linear viewing experience, which is cool. Everybody needs a playlist or several, especially if you're like me and you have several different things going on your channel. You definitely need some playlists so that you can separate everything into categories, and that way if people want to binge watch you over the weekend or at work or whatever is going on, they just have that option. So that's a pretty cool tip. I was not mad at that tip at all. It was pretty cool. The second tip was to choose titles and thumbnails that accurately reflect your content. And I totally understand why this is important because a lot of times people use clickbait, and YouTube is kind of getting tired of the clickbait, and so your titles and your thumbnails need to express what you have going on in your video. Otherwise, it could get complicated and it could get you flagged by a viewer if they get, upset or aggravated enough to do so. So you don't want to play those games or whatever. And sometimes we have seen YouTube actually take action if the clickbait is just totally off. So you kind of want to, make sure everything is accurate, even your tag words, even your hashtags. You want to make sure that everything is about what your content is about in your video. So that was a good tip. The third tip was to use cards throughout your videos. Now, me, I use one or two cards, and it does help sometimes if I have a video that is kind of related to what I'm already talking about in the current video, then yeah, if you have a series going on, definitely use cards. If I've got a part one, part two, part three, or a series of something, or like for me, I'm covering the Tim Norman case. So by all means, I'm going to use one of those cards a couple of times throughout the video to make sure that people go to the playlist and they go to the last video that I made about that particular case. So it's good to use cards throughout your videos. You don't have to use, five, six, seven, eight cards, but a couple, at least one, but a couple, and if your video is longer than 20 minutes, you might want to use three, just to see if that will get you some more view time. All right. So the fourth tip that this particular website had said to create content based on long tail YouTube keywords. I kind of agree with this and I kind of don't. Targeting long tail YouTube keywords can help you get people to watch your videos instead of your competitors. Like I said, I kind of agree with that and I kind of don't, but I'm going to tell you what I mean here in a second. I'm going to go to a list that's really going to help you. Okay. So let's add some things to that list that we've already talked about. How about starting with an awesome intro? Now let's talk about intros for a minute. If your intro is longer than 15 seconds, you have lost your audience already. They're probably going to try to skip your intro and go straight into your video because your intro is too long. Me, I'm sticking to about 5 or 6 seconds, and that's it. That's all you get. And then I'm jumping right into the actual content. I'm jumping into the reason why I have you watching my video. I'm jumping into the reason why you clicked on this video. I'm not going to ask you to subscribe just yet. I'm not going to ask you to click any bells. I'm not going to ask you to thumbs up anything yet. I'm going to jump right into my topic. And then a few seconds later on down the line, I'm going to ask you probably to click the thumbs up if you're enjoying the video, to subscribe if you want more content like this, and leave a comment, at the bottom if you have any questions or concerns, or if you want to let me know what other types of content that you would like me to make on this channel. And so, with that being said, I jumped right into what I was talking about, and I gave you a little bit of um, a curveball, I like to call it. So starting with an intro, a very, very short intro is good. Now, if people know you and you make a longer video to kind of, make them smile or something like that, that's cool. But if somebody is brand new, they're probably going to skip over your intro and you're going to lose that time. So please try to make your intros very less than 15 seconds. Like me, I'm not going over, 5 or 6 seconds, but um, YouTube, would like for you to keep it under 15 seconds. So, and it makes sense to me. I totally understand that. The second thing that I want to give you is to break the video into chapters. I am going to start doing this at the latter part of 2021 because I do have some series that I have lined up that I want to share with everybody, and they're going to be step by step. And so I want the steps to be in chapters. Now, you may think that, oh, I don't like chapters because that gives the people an opportunity to skip over things. Well, guess what? Even your subscribers can break your video into chapters in the comment section. So you would probably want to do that yourself instead, unless you have an admin that, you ask to do this, they can do that in the comment section and you can pin their comment. And that way you don't have to do it. One of your admins did it for you, one of your mods did it for you, or your YouTube assistant, or if you have a YouTube agent or something, you don't have to do it yourself. It just makes sense to do it if you have some things that you want to talk about on a list, kind of like this. If I was doing this as a video on YouTube, I would definitely use chapters because, people may just want this little nugget of information, but it doesn't mean that you won't get any watch time. And it certainly doesn't mean they won't be back because if you continue to do this and you continue to do things that people like and they can enrich their lives from this, they're going to come back and they're probably going to subscribe. So definitely think about it, especially if you have a lot of tips to give people. Think about that. Breaking it up into sections. Because, like I said, it doesn't necessarily mean that people are literally going to skip over, all of the other information to get to what they want to. But it does give people who are looking for a specific thing within your topic a little bit of help. And people like that. We're here on YouTube to entertain, motivate, encourage, and to help. So if you're doing how to's, definitely think about that. Well, the third tip I want to give you is to include pattern interruption, which is what I was just talking about a few minutes ago about jumping right into the topic, right? And then going, hey, by the way, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up and da 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 da. Another pattern interruption is if you have a commercial, if you have a brand deal, if you have, a sponsor for the video, a great place to put that pattern interruption a few minutes after you got started with your video. And I've been watching several different videos by several different people that, they all have different, paths on their YouTube journeys or whatever. And everybody does it a little bit different. I'm getting into taking notes of people who really do something totally different, like going to make a cup of coffee, because everybody knows I'm a coffee drinker. So going to get a drink of coffee or a bottle of water, or, they do something random like walk outside and get the newspaper or something like that. And then they come back and go, okay, let's get back to work. Anything that breaks up the pattern within the video, you want to interrupt because they want to see what are they doing. I thought they were talking about ways to, Annie up our YouTube channels. And why is he making a cup of coffee? Like they want to know what you're doing. Or maybe you go to get the baby and they're like, oh, look at the cute little baby. It's a pattern interruption. And it's always going to happen. You're always going to wonder, I wonder what that idiot is going to do next. And sometimes it'll be something to make you laugh, like answering the phone. I've done that 1,000 times. Answer the phone on my live streams or in a video. And I answer it because I know it's my mom or I know it's my daughter. But now my granddaughter at 5 years old has a phone, right? So it could be her. You don't know who's going to be on the other end of the phone, but I'm going to answer the phone whether I'm recording or not. So you just have to keep watching to see what I'm up to. But there are so many different things that you can do. You can go feed the dog. You can go grab the mail. You can, stop and go, oh my God, I forgot to send off this, email, and hear the little the tapping, click, click, click of your keys. in the background while the camera's on your face and you're reading to yourself or whatever. And you're like, okay, I'm done with the email. Let's get back to work. And it always works because it's like, oh my goodness, where did this come from? It came out of the sky. And if you continue to put that kind of stuff in your videos, people will draw like, I don't know, this thing. It's like, oh, I love her videos and I love, wait till she does this or wait till she does that. And it's just like, it's engagement. It's really engagement. And people love that because it's you and you're original and you're authentic. And that's what people like. I mean, it's cool to give people the boring stuff, but you got to spice it up every now and then, even if you want a pattern break of driving through Starbucks. Yeah, that would be me. Anyway, moving on to number 4, do your keyword searches. You can do this by searching Google. You can get an app to do it. You can use a keyword tool, or you can use, well, this is a tool as well. I use Video Amigo because Video Amigo and Social Blade, both of them, I use those literally every single day to upgrade the videos I have, and also for my new videos, right? So I can get tag words and hashtags from other videos that are similar to mine, and I can see if they match. And if they do, I can go ahead and copy and paste them right there while I'm on YouTube. Some people use TubeBuddy for this. I used to have TubeBuddy a while back, but for some reason, I'm just really stuck on Video Amigo and Social Blade. I think that combination works good for me, and they have a lot of tools that I like. And so we'll probably do a Zoom one day. For my mentors, if you are a part of the Girl Boss Squad, we'll probably do this on a Zoom one day, so you guys can understand how to use those tools and to upgrade your videos, because I guarantee you that you guys have some videos already on your YouTube channel that you wish more people would have seen. Don't delete those videos. Go ahead and, write in your notebook, this is a to do. On my to do list, I need to upgrade at least 2 videos a day and see how it changes. The algorithm might pick that video up as a brand new video, and boom, you start traveling. Maybe it's not your content. Maybe it's the way you set the video up. Maybe it's the way you set your YouTube channel up. But there's always a way to get you back in the algorithm or get you in the algorithm, to start. It's not a lost cause. You know what I'm saying? It's not. You do want to look at your content to make sure that you're speaking clearly. Make sure that your face is, if you're showing your face, some of us wear makeup, some of us don't. If you don't, your face is clean. Your lips aren't chapped. Your hair is combed real good, or your braids are set just right, or whatever you have going on. And making sure that you're some good eye candy. You're pleasing to the eye. I people say this on YouTube all the time. She's easy on the eyes. That's a compliment in the YouTube world because it's a video. It's not like on TV. Some videos are going to be 10 minutes long, some are going to be 20. I've even seen people in their story times do videos up to an hour. And guess what? People are engaged and people are watching. So, put something into it. You know what I mean? And number 5, telling stories. The best thing that I can say about telling a story on YouTube, and this is not a story time, telling a story is giving me a cliffhanger at the end of this video so that I won't miss the next video. And you make it enticing and you make it really rich and full of flavor so that, oh my God, this video was really good, but she did say that there was something coming up on the next video. So there's going to be more. So I need to tune in and watch. So I need to hit the bell. I need to subscribe. I need to hit the bell. I need to make sure I have this, video set. A friend of mine, Advice with Mel, did that on a couple of her latest videos. She was interviewing, and I was able to set my timer on YouTube because, you could see the ticker throughout YouTube, or whatever. Like it was, when you have something set for the future. And I thought that was genius. I was like, oh my God, now I can see who she's going to interview, and I can go ahead and set the little, watch thing on YouTube so that I can get that notification when the interview starts. And I thought that was genius. That is a prelude to what's going to happen next. And I was excited about it. And not only did she do that, but she put something on her community tab about it as well as her social media. So the notice was out. The buzz was creaking. She was talking about it in her regular videos. You guys are not going to believe it. I think the only thing I didn't see her do was an email campaign, which would have been great if you don't have an email list. Side note, sidebar, make an email list. If you don't have a website, sidebar, get an email list connected to your website. Build a website, put your email list in there, and send out some really pretty emails, okay? And let people know what you've got going on every time you upload a video or every time you have an upcoming premiere or interview or whatever. Let people know so that they can schedule their time to be there for you. So definitely telling stories and leaving that little bit of anticipation at the end of each video because you have something major coming. It keeps people watching. It keeps people coming back, and that's what you want. You want people to come back. Number 6, my tip is to collaborate. Collaborate with me. Okay, if both of us are doing makeup and we love makeup just as much as one loves the other, then why not get an Urban Decay Naked 3 palette and let's try it and see what looks we come out with. And collaborations have, oh my God, they have just surpassed everything that I thought a collaboration would ever be on YouTube because of StreamYards and because of Restream. You don't have to go video for video. You don't have to make a video and then me wait for you and then I make my video or we release our videos on the same day. No, we can actually record at the same time on the same platform and release that joker, or we can do it live on both channels. That is so wicked. I'm telling you, I never thought I would see the day when YouTube collaborations could be so advanced. But if you want to do it the old fashioned way and, you do it on your channel and me do it on my channel and, release them at the same time or 10 minutes apart or something like that, guess what? That's still a genius way to do it. A lot of, I want to call them senior, not senior citizens, but senior partners in YouTube still do it that way. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I also see some of the, senior partners um, doing it with StreamYard or, any type of thing, Restream or Haps. I'm seeing it happen, both ways. And that is amazing to me. Like, I really love it. I've even seen commentators split stories. Like, I'm going to do the first part of the story, and then they're going to have to go to your channel to get the second part of the story. And that's ingenious as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's amazing to me. I love that working on a collaboration. And then, if you upload every Tuesday and you can, do this and, well, my friend Lauren is going to do the second half of this. Yeah, maybe you're building something. She's going to do the second house of the bird, how the second half of it on her channel next week, or maybe you guys will release on the same day or something. But there's so many different ways that you can do a collaboration. And when you collaborate with more people, they don't have to be on your level. They could be a little bit behind you. They could be a little bit, forward of you. Listen, collaborate as many times as you can because everybody has an audience. And the more people see you, there's a possibility that they're going to like you and they're going to come and subscribe and they're going to watch more of your videos. And that's the point of collaborations. Now, the downfall of the old way of doing collaborations is this: your subscribers will probably watch you because they're subscribed to you, and they may not watch the person you collaborated with. Not saying anything bad, but a lot of times that happens. And when that happens, the other person feels a little left out. So you want to definitely have a game plan to this, okay? The date, okay? The title of the video, okay? The hashtags, the tag words. You guys need to be synced, like synchronized swimming if you're going to do a collaboration. But collaborations are so fun and you can definitely increase your view time with collaborations. Just know who you're collaborating with. Have a conversation first. Have a business meeting because this is a business, right? And make sure you have all your I's dotted and your T's crossed, and that date set. And get in there and do that collaboration and make people's mouths water with whatever you have going on that video. So the next tip I have for you is to create longer videos, which is what we kind of were just talking about a few minutes ago. But a shorter video needs a bigger viewership. So if you don't have a real big viewership, longer videos will help. Okay. If you publish longer videos, you can make them more targeted to your niche audience. Okay. And still get a watch time that YouTube's algorithm likes. And we love that. That's so important. I don't have a lot to say about it. Just do it. Create longer videos. If you're creating videos that are like 5 minutes long because you think a lot of people are going to watch it, and a lot of people aren't watching it, try it. Try the longer videos, 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever. Put some more umph in there. Make yourself excited about what you're talking about and, practice in the mirror. I used to do this all the time when I was singing or when I had to speak at church. I would practice in the mirror, making sure that I was articulate, making sure that I smiled when I talked in the microphone or, on camera, making sure that I was making eye contact and engaging. And I know that's hard to do for YouTube, but looking dead center at that camera um, kind of lets people think she can see me. It's a mind trick. It's a mind game. It's just something that, I learned how to do, because if I'm looking at myself in my viewer, then I'm not looking at the camera, and it kinda looks like I'm looking down. But if you're looking at the camera and you're talking to your audience because your audience is on the other side of that camera, it gives them the feeling that you're looking dead at them, and they like that. People like that. People like the eye contact, and, even if someone is shy or they don't like to look people in the eye, we're on the internet, so, it's easier for a shy person to look and, you know I mean, hey, making eye contact lets people know that you're an honest person as well. People kind of look at that body language and, well, she keeps looking off to the side, or she keeps looking up in the air, or she keeps looking down. Is she reading notes or something? Like, you know what I'm saying? Listen, I'm just giving tips, but these are tips also from people that I've heard. You create longer videos, just practice in the mirror and make sure that you're comfortable. Number 8, develop a series, which is what we've been leading up to this entire time, isn't it? A series of videos also is likely to add up to more watch time. So by connecting related videos, you're more likely to get your viewers to keep watching, okay? Leave a cliffhanger at the end of this video so people come back for the next video. Number 9, use your YouTube analytics, not religiously, not 3, 4, 5 times a day, maybe, once a day, you know, 3 times a week, maybe. But not 3 or 4 times a day. I mean, I can't make you not watch it, just over and over and over, but I don't want you to get stressed out about this. Once a day is fine. At the end of the day, at the end of your workday, or at the beginning of tomorrow, check your analytics and see if anything has changed, if anything has moved. If you have questions about it, get with somebody who knows how to read the charts if you don't know how to do it. But YouTube analytics is super easy. It's not hard at all. They spell it out for you. They have even little arrows that you can, put your arrow over, and it just pops this thing out and tells you exactly what's what. So it wasn't hard to figure out for me. And if you're, I mean, my friend says, if you're good at money or if you're good at math, you can figure it out. Well, I'm not good at either. So I was able to figure it out. So the whole thing is you want to increase your viewers' watch time. And if your watch time sucks right now, you're going to have to try something else in order to get different results. I mean, that's just the truth. So, watching your analytics is good, but it would be better if you were using the steps, and not just necessarily these steps. You may have some other steps that are better, but you have to try something in order for your analytics to look different, to be different in a good way, not going down but going up. And it's all about the watch time. And I have to tell you this. This is just an impromptu tip right here, okay? When you're talking about watch time, And I don't know how many of you out there are subscribed to my YouTube channel, but I was letting people know the difference between watch time and the views and the subscribers and the viewers. Viewers are great because they search things on YouTube and Google. Your video may pop up and you have a new view, and that's great. It doesn't mean that they're going to subscribe. Even if you tell them to subscribe, they probably won't because they're looking for information, and that's really important. To be searchable on YouTube is a very numero uno key element. I need to be searchable. If I'm not searchable, then nobody's going to find me. I could have the best apple pie on the planet, but if I don't tell somebody, if somebody doesn't find me, that apple pie is just going to sit there and not be sold. So you have to be searchable. People have to be able to find you. And that's why it's super important to make yourself searchable. Because if you're like me, you don't like a whole lot of social media. Nobody's checking for me on social media. Everybody's checking for me on YouTube. Okay. So, with that being said, and I do have some people subscribed to a couple of my websites. I do have some customers that shop with me, but hey, people know that I'm on YouTube. Everybody that I left high and dry on Facebook. I was like, I'm done with it and breaking up with Facebook. Facebook, you're fired. I spend too much time on Facebook and I don't get anything out of it. And those people came looking for me on YouTube because they knew I had a YouTube channel. And I told them, if you want to keep in touch with me, it's best that you find me on YouTube. Otherwise, you're probably not going to find me anywhere. So people automatically know to look for me on YouTube. I mean, that's just, what they know. And it's been going on for a couple of years. The people on Periscope, when they go to my Periscope to look at old videos, automatically know I'm on YouTube because I have it on my Periscope. What do you call that thing? At the top, right up under my picture. I forgot what Periscope calls it, but it's like where the URL would be. And because I don't really have a profile on Periscope. I can't remember what they call it. But anyway, we're gonna call it a profile. And right there under my picture, visit me on, YouTube. And it lets people know that even though Periscope has, closed their doors, that you can still find me on YouTube. And you can also find me on Twitter Live. And that's one of the reasons why I kept Twitter, or I remade me a new Twitter to get rid of the riffraff because I didn't know who was messing with my stuff. So I made a new Twitter account and I said, you know what? I got to connect this to my Periscope because people are going to want to, hook up with me if I drop something new from YouTube by way of Haps or Restream or whatever. And it works. It actually works. I don't look at the numbers on Twitter because I don't care. What I want is for people to segue to YouTube. So whatever works, okay? But just make sure that you're doing everything you can to hold people's attention in a good way and to keep them coming back because that's the most important thing. My most important thing for me has been in the past, I would say 8 months, is subscribers for me. And I'll tell you why that is. I have a lot of subscribers, and the subscribers that are active is different from just the subscriber count. My active subscribers actually watch my videos and watch all the way through. There are thousands of subscribers on my channel who are here for the commentary, and a very high percentage of those people are here for the Tim Norman commentary, period. So there's going to be a lot of different people that subscribe to you. A lot. When I first came to YouTube years ago on a completely different YouTube channel before I got married, a lot of people, I had two sets of subscribers. Arts and crafts, because I was doing my traveler's notebooks and I was selling them, right? And makeup. And a lot of, saved people would come and they would watch because I would talk about Jesus, whether I was, planning my makeup or whether I was crafting, making my traveler's notebooks. And it was just amazing that I had these, two separate audiences. Now, the crafting girls sometimes would look at the makeup, but the makeup girls hardly ever looked at my traveler's notebook stuff and my crafting stuff. And that was okay. it was okay because I knew what they were there for and I knew who was going to show up whenever I dropped a certain type of video. You'll get to know your